Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. You might be able to hear from my voice, it's quite early. It's just gone 8 in the morning and I've arrived at the convent in readiness to prepare to make a new video today alongside the video that I make for Billy. If you didn't know, I'm a cameraman and I'm here in France at the moment working for the Petherix YouTube channel, producing videos every single day, filming and editing. What I'm going to do at lunchtime, in my hour lunch break, will be trying out a new feature on my drone. You may not know, but I'm fairly new to drone flying. I've got nearly 10 years experience behind the camera, so whether that's video or photo. But yeah, I'm fairly new to the drone stuff, so I've been practicing as much as I can. The new feature that I want to try today is where you can set a flight path for the drone from A to B, say in the daytime, and then you can repeat the same exact flight path in the evening when it's dark from A to B. So what I'll be doing is getting the daytime shots here at the convent and also down at the chateau, and then tomorrow morning super early, maybe 5 or 6 in the morning, I'll get up, I will get the shots at the chateau that I want to get for the night time and get the shots for the night time here at the convent. I hope that makes sense. And the idea will be to stitch the two shots together from day to night and fade them between, and you should see the difference between the daytime and the nighttime. It might sound a bit random, but bear with me. This is the plan for today. More practice with the drone and yeah, more tips and tricks and advice with that as well. Also, you'll get to see the chateau and you'll get to see a bit more of this convent, so do stay tuned and I'll see you at lunchtime. Okay, it's now lunchtime. And what I'm going to do is test this new feature on the drone and get the shot set up. And then what I'll do when everyone goes later on, when I'm left editing, I'll move my car out of the way and also get this shot but completely clear in the daytime. So yeah, I'll get this set up now, put the GoPro on my head and go from there. So as per usual, no flight restrictions in this area. I have checked, there never is. There's nothing of interest around here for flying, so it's a little bit breezy. That's the only thing I've got to be careful of. And that's set and good to go. Put the strap on. No, not that kind. I'll also probably change the variable ND filter on the front, because last time I flew, I had on the lighter one, which now I'd probably need the darker one. Give it a clean as well because it's filthy. Okay, and quite simply, just snaps off. If I can get it on, it's really fiddly to get on. Hold point updated. Okay. So, just looking at the drone now and how bright it is or not bright it is. Turn it up a bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, that's all set up and good to go, so let's get it launched. There's no power lines around here that I have to worry about, which is pretty good. Point updated. So, all I'm looking at on my screen at the moment, which you probably can't see, there is a little button here on the left-hand side, which I'm about to press, which is the like pinpoint button, so I can go from point A to B to C, for example. I'll turn up the brightness on here just slightly. There we go. As it is daytime. Set my focus. Perfect. And then I'll try this point-to-point thing. So that's my first point added. I'll add this as my second point. That's my said. And that's the 5th. And that should be good. So the duration is, it says 33 seconds and 88 meters. So I go next. Give him global speed 2 meters per second. Return to home at the end of the flight, just hover. If signal lost, return to home. Start at waypoint 1. And let's click go, let's see what happens. So it's now just calibrating itself, going to the right spot. And let's see, so that's its first point. Let's see if it does what I want it to do. And it looks like perfect to me. Amazing, absolutely amazing. How it's done this all by itself. Cool. We'll stop that clip. If I click next, let's rename it if I can. So it looks like I'm able to rename the clip, which is quite useful. And what I'm going to do now is probably call it CONVENT. So I'm calling that CONVENT shot, and I'll save it. Save current waypoint flight, save. Fantastic. So it's that easy. Literally plot the route, set the drone on it just to test it once. If you're happy with it, you can save it and then rename it. So now it should be forever stored inside this controller. What I'm going to do is going to head down to the chateau now and try and get another good shot, or maybe try and set 2 different shots up for down there. And see what we get. So you'll catch me there like this. As I said, it was going to be that fast. I am now at the chateau. It's actually really windy here, so I don't know how steady the drone's going to be, but I shall do my best. So I'm going to do the same thing now as what I did earlier. I'll put this on my head quick. I'll get the drone set up somewhere where it can launch. I'm currently under loads of trees. So I'll get the drone over there, get it up in the air, and then I'll come back here and show you guys exactly what I'm doing. Which I've probably told you 4 times already so far, but I'll tell you again. So yeah, GoPro's going on. There you go. If this isn't deserved of a like down below, wearing this on my head to film this stuff for you guys, looking like a Muppet, I don't know what else is. But anyway, less waffling, more droning. Let's go. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot brighter here than what it was at the convent. There we go, that looks quite happy there.
Home point updated.
Get it to a good height. It really is super windy, so if you guys can't hear me, I do apologise. Am I recording? Yeah, we're flashing red. That's good news. So controllers here, drones in the air, and I am now just about to somewhat plan a shot that I want to get. So, just like before, I hope you guys can see roughly what I'm doing. I click this button, new waypoint, and this is what I'll add as my very first waypoint. I want the drone to sort of pan up, down and round to the chateau and then straight down the driveway. So that's what I'm going to be plotting quickly on this controller now. If you don't understand, you'll get to see it at the end of this video, the two different day to night shots that I've done. Unlike at the convent, the shot that I'm getting now will be the main shot that I use for the daytime of this project, of this of the chateau shot, because there's no cars outside the front at the moment, which is perfect. So unlike at the convent where there's loads of cars now and there won't be later, it's the opposite here. There's no cars now, but there will be later. So yep, I will set my second plot now, which will be down and around a bit and a bit closer. Okay, apologies for the concentration silence there. I believe I've plotted my route. My route is 9 points long, and what I'm going to do now is click next. The speed that I want it to travel at, I will leave at 2.5 meters a second for now. At the end of the flight, I want it to hover, not return to home. And if the signal lost, come home. Waypoint 1 is the start point. Okay, I'm going to click go. And now you can see here, it's not got to the first point yet, but it will get there in a minute. Here we go. You can see the drone itself is taking itself where it needs to go, despite being super windy, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, we're heading back to where we start, which is somewhere above my head up here. This little tiny drone does do very, very well in the wind, believe it or not. Although it's only 249 grams, it does a very, very good job in the wind. And what I'm going to do for this time, just to double check it is all good, is get it to run through once and then repeat it and get it to run through a second time after I've saved it, just to check that I can reload it up again later. Here we go. We're now starting. I'm actually going to pause it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn up the speed for this one. I'm currently just saving that shot, although I didn't let it run through. I'm just going to save it now, just in case. And as I said, I'm going to change the speed, which I can do here. We're going to go for 5 meters a second, which is double the speed, 4.9. Let's go for bang on 5. Come on. There we go. And now I'm going to click go. and it's just going to restart from that first point, but at a faster speed. So I'm going to keep an eye on it now on my screen, just to check that I'm going to be happy with the shot later on today. Yeah, it's looking fantastic so far. With these waypoints, it doesn't just snap and turn when it gets to a waypoint. It seems to very smoothly curve its way around, which is exactly what I wanted to happen. It's now going up towards the chateau, panning down a little bit, and then we'll hopefully pan up and out. Tilt up and out, sorry, not pan. So yeah, that has worked exactly how I wanted it to work. And I am quite happy with the shot that I've got. I'm gonna let it run all the way through from start to finish before I touch anything though, just in case. Obviously this is the shot I'll want to use later on. Cool, fantastic. So, I'm now just going to bring it home, land it, and call it a day. If you pardon the pun, call it a day. Because I have to shoot these shots in the daytime before I go and shoot them in the night time. Awesome, so I'm going to go retrieve it. Yeah, it should come straight to us now. So, folding the drone up, ready for transport again. I'll put that back in my bag and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later on at the convent when everyone has gone home. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll see you back at the convent like this. And as I said, it would be that fast. So it's now 5 o'clock and I'm going to go and get the daytime shot of the convent now that everybody has left. So first thing I need to do is go and take the car outside the gates, park it up, and then come back in, close the gates and hide in this room and set the drone up. So first of all, I'll get the car shifted. So I'm back, the car's moved, and now I'm going to set the drone up. I think the wind has dropped slightly since earlier as well, which is really good news. And a lot of the hard work that I needed to do earlier has now been done, setting up the flight path. So this should be, oh, let's change that battery because it's nearly dead. This should be as simple as getting the drone up, loading the route that I want it to go on, and then sending it on its way. The drone is now in the air, and basically I'm going to get it into a good position, check the brightness and everything like that I'm happy with. It is windy though, and brightness wise, that looks quite dark in the shade actually. I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to do one darker version and one lighter version. So, I will load up my past routes. And I have convent here. Cool. Next. Yep, perfect. All those settings look good to me. Now I'm going to click go. So it's going to go up to the height that I want it to go to. It's then going to go from point 1 to 3. I'm going to turn my shutter speed, my ISO up a little bit there because the sun's just gone behind the clouds, which is kind of good because I'm shooting into the shade at the moment. The bright sunlight can be too bright compared to the shadiness of the shade, if that makes any sense. So the drone's just doing its thing. I'm completely hands-free. It is doing it all automatically. Layla, come here. Layla, come here. In, good girl, and wait. So I'm going to close this door so that no one can see us. So the drone can't see us, sorry, not no one. And it is now working its magic. I'm so very pleased that we've moved all the cars out of the way, or all the cars have gone and I've moved my car, because it makes a massive difference to how the building looks, having cars out the front or not. Am I recording? I am recording, that's good news. It's also a bit dark in here. There we go. And that is the shot complete. So what I'm going to do is check where that sunshine is. And I think it's going behind a cloud again. And what I'll do is get this shot set up again. It's amazing that this is working inside. I can't believe it's still connected, but it's good news. Okay, the sun is completely behind that cloud now. I am able to pause this flight at any point, so that's kind of handy. Is that sun going to come out before my shot finishes? No, I don't think so. It's absolutely perfect lighting at the moment. Again, I'm being quiet because I'm just watching the shot do its thing. Oh, yes. Cool, this is absolutely the one. So it started off nice and shady, where the sun was behind a cloud, and then the sun has appeared from behind the clouds, which is perfect. As you can see in this shot as well, it gets bright, very bright, very quick. Okay, so that's the end of this. And that's the end of this section of this video. So you'll next see me bright and early in the morning at the chateau to get the nighttime shots there. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys then. Good morning. It is 6:30 and I am going to go and step out here into the beautiful entranceway to the chateau and grab the drone and get it set up, ready to go fly. So I've basically got this shot that I want to do. It takes 2 minutes to complete its route. So what I'm going to be doing is getting everything ready to go, getting the drone set up, etc, satellites found, and then I'll turn the outside lights on because I don't want to wake everybody up by making the chateau look like the sun. So yeah, that's my first job, get everything just out and ready to go. Nearly dropped the drone off the side. I'm not sure if it's going to be too dark outside to fly the drone, but it might be, it might not be. This is why I'm doing this little experiment. Brand new battery. If it's not a GoPro on my head, it'll be a light, that's for sure. Look like a miner. Right. I'll stick them on for a second. And then when the drone does find its satellites, I'll go back inside. So I'd put it on that metal manhole cover, but it didn't like it, so I've just taken it off of there and put it onto some gravel, the flattest bit of gravel I can find. Layla, come here. Now Layla's sniffing the drone. Come here.
Home point updated.
Okay.
Take off. Home point updated.
I'm now just going to find the saved waypoint on the camera, on the controller here, and get the drone just to start, and then I'll turn the lights on outside. So, fingers crossed this works. Let's try. I can't see anything at all on the screen, it is pitch black. So I'm waiting now, there we go. And it looks like, to me, you can see the chateau and it's working, which is fantastic. What's really funny is I forgot to click record, so we're going to have to do it all over again. It's halfway through. So that worked, luckily. I'm now going to pack up all this kit, get it in the car and head down to the convent to do exactly the same thing there, because there's a nice load of lights on the outside of the convent too. So that's the plan. Let's head down there and get to it. Okay, so I'm now here at the convent, so I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I did at the chateau, which is head in quick, get the lights switched on, get the drone launched, repeat the shot, and then I can head in. So, yep, that's the plan. So I will try and get a shot of me flying the drone, but it's, as you see, very, very dark out here today, so I don't think you'll see very much at all. So yeah, if the next shot that you see is after this, then I was obviously not able to get what I wanted to get. But let's try anyway. So before I turn the lights on, I'm going to get this set up. I think that's the most sensible idea. There we go. So that's the convent lights on. Shutting that gate too again. So I'm now back in England, and today is Thursday. The day that you're seeing this video is the day that this shot was shot. I've just been editing together the different clips that I got from the day to the night time, as I didn't have time to do this in France. It was all a bit of a mad rush for me to get home. Anyway, I am now back and have edited it. So without further ado, as I keep saying, what I'll do is play this basically 1 minute of footage now of the nighttime to daytime shots for both the chateau and for the convent. A couple of bits just to touch on. They didn't work quite as perfectly as I thought they might. I've had to do a lot of keyframing in post to move the images so they line up, because 1 second in they're there, 2 seconds they might be there, 3 seconds it might be there. So yeah, you've got to try and move them to line up as much as possible. The reason why I think they didn't line up as well as what I wanted them to was because, one, it was really windy in the daytime and it wasn't in the nighttime. B, the nighttime is obviously, it's super dark. The drone doesn't have too much to go off of other than the satellites, which I'm pretty sure should make sure it's fairly accurate, but I might have been expecting too much from it. And also between the day and the night shots, stupidly, I recalibrated the compass on the drone, so I don't know if that might have affected it also, plus a million other factors. So yeah, I think that's why it didn't work so well this first time, but This was the whole point of this little trial, was to just experiment, give it a go, and then see how I could improve it in the future. So yeah, that's that. I'll quickly play this now, put a bit of music over the top, and I hope you enjoy. So there you go. That's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm now back in England, so you'll see some pretty exciting bits of content coming up. I do have a new project in the works, and I am going abroad for a job as well. So yeah, just a little teaser there. Do stay tuned, do keep posted, drop us a like, give us a subscribe, and all those are the good things. And I will see you next Thursday at 5:30 PM UK time. See you later.